for having me.
Yeah, so we just had a nice little break here, and we're actually gonna get into this match right away here. So, definitely super exciting. Just keep the pace going, and this is gonna be the losers match of the group. So this is gonna be TeebuL versus Darling from the first two matches of this evening.
First PVZ of the day.
Yeah, so this is gonna be really interesting. I actually haven't seen either of these two players actually compete until tonight. So we're gonna have to see what kind of tricks they have up their sleeves. So we are spawned into this game here on Terraform. On the bottom right hand corner, it's that purple Zerg from Team Ascension. It is our player, Darling.
And in the top left, we have our blue Protoss for Endurance Esports. They're spawning in the top left, and they are TeebuL. Now, to keep our discussion of the color choosing metagame going, both TeebuL and Darling were the purple players in their last series, but Darling was the one who managed to nab the purple this time.
Ooh, yeah.
So we don't have the purple Protoss player.
Yeah, so Darling feeling good about himself. Maybe in that small little way. Maybe T-Bull's already tilted. We don't know. We can't see him. He's behind his computer screen. But it's really interesting to see what can upset a player. You know,
Yeah,
like, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Epic from Deadly Gaming. It was me and Husheng actually casting one of his qualifiers, one series he had against another opponent, and that opponent was just disconnecting throughout the evening, and Husheng was just like, if there's a disconnect that happens, even if Epic is in the lead, he'll still feel like he'll still get tilted just because of having to go through that like restart and everything. And I was like, that's really interesting. Like, it's kind of frustrating, but I wouldn't see it as like a something that to get like upset or tilted about.
yeah. Well, it's just the little things that can mess with you. Now we got a proxy hatch at the gold.
Yeah, but this probe is going straight to it, so not gonna be fooling anyone here, Darling.
Yeah, I mean this hatch at the gold. Oh, it's gonna get cannon rush. The forge is gonna finish soon. That's actually super funny. But yeah, these gold based shenanigans are something where it's like it's basically expected by now, but it's
Ooh.
still like really difficult to stop unless maybe you go for a cannon rush like this. Now, Darling is gonna try and deny this, and if Darling does get the kill on these cannons, that's a pretty good situation because you want to send workers over to the gold anyway. And it looks like they will go down.
Yeah, but he just queues another one up, and yeah, these drones are just gonna go ahead and try to get their get these cannons down here. But there's just a ton of cannons being invested in this attack here, and this might just we do see a cancel here, but actually another pylon gets canceled. That pylon goes down. More cannons go down. TeebuL really invested in this, and I think he's put enough in to this.
It oh it will. Oh, but there are lings on the way now.
So yeah, a ton of wings on the way, and this is actually gonna shut this down.
This is a huge investment from TeebuL, although all of them get canceled. So the only like permanent investment is this pylon here, although a lot of minerals lost from canceling.
Yeah, that's. Let's see. There's a pylon. There's a cannon that got taken down, and then the probe. So that's 310 minerals that were lost in cancellations. So
That's pretty significant, but then you have to consider that was also a lot of lost mining time and having to transfer all those drones really early. So there were only 8 in the main that entire time.
yeah, and he did force out a lot of lings. That's 16 lings right there. So that's 8 potential drones that could have been, which is a huge amount of Zerglings to force out.
Especially since it was a forge opening, and that just means that they won't do anything. You know, you can't get anything done with these. But there's going to be a Baneling nest, so Darling's just going to Bane bust this wall, and there's not going to be enough gas to make sentries, and sentries are really what you need to deny a Baneling bust.
Yeah, this is big here. This is big. Darling showing that Baneling Bus not as common as in ZVP as in ZVT, but might still be viable here. And so he's gonna go ahead and give that a shot. And he knows that this wall is very. He just needs to take out one of these pylons, so he's gonna choose that back one. But yeah, this
Well,
could be.
taking out one will take out the other as well, and that those are the Artosis and Tasteless pylons, and that will unpower everything here.
What's really funny about that is that it's the Artosis and the Tasteless or the Tastosis pylons are supposed to back each other up, but instead they're just gonna go down at the same time. So, force field goes down really quickly here. So, a couple of links actually are able to fit through that force field. So, TeebuL is in a lot of trouble with all these links going in, and without a gateway and forge, yeah, Darling just takes it with an early Baneling bust. That's gonna be GG.
Yep. There wasn't enough energy for a photon overcharge either. That was just. Oh,
Yeah.
that's just game.
Yeah, making the perfect amount of Banelings to be able to take down those two pylons, and that was actually a good read by Darling to be able to do that too. When he saw that with his Overlord, I was a little skeptical about it first. It's just like who Baneling bust in a ZVP, but the way that that wall was set up and just not being able to like, yeah, as you said, they were the Tastosis pylons.
It's a very difficult to hit that timing. Like I've tried it before. I'm not like I'm not a pro level player or anything, but